They say motherhood is a journey, but let's be honest, sometimes it feels more like a roller coaster with no seatbelt. I bet you're like me, wondering why babies, or teens in my case, don't come with instruction manuals. Welcome to This Incredible Mom Life, the podcast that celebrates the beautiful chaos, quiet wins, messy moments, and everyday miracles of being a mom. I'm your host, Dummy, wellness coach, mom of 3 boys, and a passionate believer that you don't have to live at the mercy of PMS, burnout, or exhaustion. Join me every week as we hear the craziest and most unbelievable mom stories. I'll be sharing the huge accomplishments and triumphs of both our moms and their kids. We'll giggle, cheer on the kids, and discuss obstacles and lessons learned along the way. If you are struggling to be the best mom you can be, how open-minded are you to booking a free call with me? You don't have to live at the mercy of your cycle, and you definitely don't have to do it alone. Give yourself permission to let me be part of your support system. I believe that you weren't meant to just survive motherhood. You were meant to thrive in it. Hello, here we are again for another episode of This Incredible Mom Life. Today, I'm joined by a super mom who also has 3 boys. Stephanie Dunn is a holistic nutrition therapy practitioner and a personal fitness trainer with over 20 years experience. She is a mom of 3 active boys, all deeply involved in sports. With a background in fitness training, holistic nutrition, and also a former college athlete herself, Stephanie created the Fuel to Thrive program to empower parents to help their young athletes build lifelong healthy habits, both on and off the field. As a parent who's navigated the challenges of raising athletic kids, Stephanie understands the importance of balanced nutrition, quality sleep, effective recovery strategies, and mental well-being. Through her program, she teaches parents how to support their kids in fueling properly, recovering fully, managing stress, and optimizing gut health for better performance and brain health. Stephanie's mission is to give families the tools they need to thrive together. She's passionate about making wellness less overwhelming and sustainable so young athletes can build strong bodies, resilient minds, and lifelong healthy habits. I love that. Thank you, Stephanie, for taking time out of your day to be here with me.
Oh, Ami, I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And I have 3 boys, too, I think similar in age to yours. And mine are just now getting into sports for the first time in their lives. Last year was the first time. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say today.
Oh, awesome. It's so fun. I mean, being an athlete myself growing up, I knew as soon as I was having all boys, I knew like we're going to be active. They're going to be into sports. It's just, what both their parents did. So it was just natural for them to get into sports. And of course, maybe I brainwashed them a little to play the sport that was my passion. So they all are very into soccer, and that's what I played my whole life.
Nice.
It's fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, share a story about your boys.
Well, it was at a boys' event. This is something just happened recently. I just recently ruptured my Achilles tendon, and it happened not playing soccer, not playing pickleball. That seems to be happening these days. It was at my son's soccer showcase in San Diego. We were traveling, and they were playing a tough team, and they were losing, and we wanted the boys were playing so hard. We wanted them to win so bad. And the last play of the game on a corner kick, this is for my youngest son. His team scored in the last play of the game to tie it with in this very important game. And I jumped. I got so excited. I jumped and I immediately felt like someone kicked me from behind. And I fell to the ground and we're all cheering. All the parents are cheering. We're all so excited that they tied it up in the last play of the game. And I was laughing and rolling around on the ground, still celebrating. And just like, who kicked me? Like, and all the moms were like, what do you mean? No one kicked you. Completely ruptured my Achilles tendon cheering at my son's soccer game.
Oh my God.
So
That's a new one.
yeah, so as it did teach me a lesson. Of course, total mom mode immediately was like, I don't have time to deal with this. Like, are you kidding me? Once I realized what it was, the two dads had to carry me to the medical tent. At least we were at this big showcase where there were medical people. Took me to the medical tent where they like said, you ruptured your Achilles. And I was like, no, this did not happen. But how many of us can relate to this? I have been saying time and time again that I'm going to slow down. I'm going to start doing things for myself. I'm going to start taking care of myself. And I kept saying, oh, I need to go to yoga and just slow down and take time for myself, and didn't do it, always on the back burner. And then this happened and it forced me to slow down, and it's forced my boys to step up and help a lot
Nice.
more. And it's
Oh,
just
I love that.
so I'm trying to find the silver lining in all this and what lesson I could learn from this. And that's I'm slowing down, and the boys are going to help me slow down, and they're going to help out more.
I love that. I love both of those aspects. And I think it's a very common problem because a lot of moms push themselves until they can't anymore. And I know I started making significant changes in my health when I ended up in the ER one day. So,
Oh,
it turned out to be a false alarm. But while I was sitting there and they were working me up, I was like, I have three boys. I need to be around for a while.
yes, yes.
So yes, I am sure that's a very common theme amongst moms. But I'm glad you're healing well, and I'm glad your sons have learned to take some more responsibility off your plate for you.
Yes, yes. As you know, with the teenagers, I have twins that are 16. And so, they're juniors in high school. And so they're going to be flying the coop soon. So they need to be helping with the cooking. They're doing their own laundry now. They're helping
Nice.
clean up. So it's good timing too with them getting ready to leave.
Yeah. My husband and I have started going out on more date nights more often. And I'm like, okay, when I come home, the laundry needs to be folded. The dishes need to be rinsed and put in the dishwasher. Like I make dinner or I order something for them, and then we'll go. But I'm like, you guys are responsible to clean up and then fold the
Yeah.
laundry. And okay.
Yes.
So last night we were out. We were actually at a meeting, but we came home. They had done all the things, but every light in the house was on. I was like, okay, now we got to learn on turning off the lights when you go upstairs.
There's always a trail, right? There's
So,
always a cabinet open or something, but that's
yep,
awesome. Good for you. Good for you. That's good
yes.
to hear
Good for
because
you too.
more
I'm glad
parents.
you're on your road to recovery.
Thank you.
So let's switch over to what you do. You
Okay.
are a nutrition coach for teen athletes. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes. I mean, as you said, I was a college athlete myself and played sports my whole life, but I did not know. I just wish I knew what I know now. I didn't know anything about proper eating. I didn't know about how much sleep I needed. I didn't know about gut health or anything. And I just wish I knew a lot of this right now. So I am on a mission. I just am so passionate about this that I want to get to the youth. I want to get to the kids. And of course, I'm passionate about athletes that I want to help parents lay the foundation for their kids. And I want to help. It's so overwhelming right now. There's so much information out there. I want to help reduce the overwhelm, help parents teach their kids and learn this as a family to just lay the right foundation down, get back to basics, proper nutrition, what that looks like, getting enough sleep, what that looks like based on how old they are and what they're doing. Are they stretching and know about recovery after practice and games? Do they know one technique to help them manage stress? Like there's so much stress at school for them with their busy schedules, with coaches and teammates that maybe they don't align with. Do they know how to deal with stress? Just one thing. I wish I knew just any of these, and I just don't want it to be so complicated because I get parents asking me, should my son be taking creatine? Should they be doing ice baths? And I go, whoa, like before we get to these supplements and other things we could be doing. Are they sleeping 9 hours? Are they stressed out right now? Are they eating before practice and games? Are they eating after? Like, are they drinking enough water? We need to get the foundation right first before we even stress ourselves out about supplements and creatine and all this other stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now for parents.
I love that. So I actually have a similar mission. I am teaching women to acknowledge their PMS symptoms, and I'm hoping that if this gets down to the teenagers, it will completely change their life, because I learned about this in my 40s, and I wish I knew about this in my 20s, my 30s, even my teen years. It probably would have saved me a lot of headache and hassle. So I love that you're, trying to get the next generation to live happier and healthier. And I will probably learn some tips, because my teen, he gets up at 3 in the morning sometimes to finish his homework, and I'm like, okay, unless you're going to bed at like 7, you're not getting up at 3. I'm like,
Yes.
you can pick one end. You can stay up late to do your homework, or you can get up early. You can't do both. So he was like,
Yes.
oh, fine. He's,
Oh,
grumbling at me.
yes.
um, so what do you see with teenagers who are not taking care of themselves? What are some of the issues that come up?
Oh my goodness. It just blows me away. And I can't remember fully, what I felt like when I was their age doing all these things, but it's a different day and age these days, especially with phones and technology and so many distractions that I'm seeing poor gut health, all these gut issues that they just don't even know from all the sugar they're either having, too much sugar, or feeding the bad bacteria, processed foods, all the chemicals and junk that just the preservatives that tend to be in our food these days. They don't have enough energy for games, for practice. They're, bonking out in the middle of a game. They're sleepy at school, poor focus, poor concentration, of course, not sleeping well. And then there can be so much lack of confidence because of this, and then poor mental health or feeling of depression and all of that. It just kind of snowballs. And if we can just get back to these basics, it helps so much, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So,
I tell my sons that I'm like, you got to eat and you got to sleep so you can perform your best in school. And they fence, so in fencing, right? So it's like, I'm like,
oh,
you got to take care of yourself first. And I am just harping it into them, and I hope they're listening. um,
yes. And fencing, you
so,
need so much focus. And I feel like you need the
yeah.
focus, you need that quick reaction time.
Yep.
So they need to really have a good foundation with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to instill that. So you work with the moms, right, of these teen
I do.
athletes.
And I have in the past worked with college athletes. I've worked with high school athletes. And so my messaging is, to parents. I want to get to the parents so it can be a family thing. But I have worked with the athlete themselves. If
Nice.
just depending on schedules and stuff, I like working with both. So whatever. But yeah,
Nice.
parents and the kids.
So what tips do you have? Something quick things that the parents can start sharing with their kids that they can do as a family together.
I mean, it's so hard this day and age, but I try to get us all to sit down. It's crazy that I'm saying this, once or twice a week. Like, that's what we
Mhm.
can manage with the schedules and with the sports with 3 boys and different teams, and our minimum, so I talk about minimums. Our minimum is 2 nights a week. We gotta sit down and eat together. And
Nice.
then it's, are we drinking water?
Yes.
Water, not Gatorade, not juice, not energy drinks. Are we drinking water? We need to drink water. That is a big thing that it sounds so basic and everyone knows it, but not everyone's doing it. And half your body weight in ounces. That's what you need every day, and just start chugging water when you wake up. If you're not going to do it later,
Mhm.
just have it in the bathroom and chug it. And I always recommend people fill up their water bottles with those ounces, like 3 water bottles or whatever it's going to be, whatever your goal is, and keep them where you're going to see them in the kitchen and see how much you are drinking. Do you get to those 3 water bottles? Most likely you don't. And then it's eye opening and you realize it's amazing how much more energy just water gives you. But I also want to just I want to see kids eating more real whole food. Are they grabbing
Mhm.
a piece of fruit, a vegetable, even if it's a smoothie that's got blended berries and spinach in there, and you can add all the other good stuff so they don't taste it, but are they eating real food? How many packages are they opening in a day? We want to reduce that and reduce
Oh,
the
that's a good
sugar.
one.
We don't want to be opening so many packages, and we don't want sugar all day, every day. I tell my kids, as soon as I see them reach for a juice instead, even if it's fresh orange juice, whatever, it's like, just have an orange. Or how much sugar have you had today? Like, have you had protein? Have you had a healthy fat? Have you had, have some eggs, have some cheese, eat real food. That's
Yes.
that's what I want us to get back to.
Awesome. And talk about the sleep a little bit more.
Yeah, so it's crazy that they think 8 hours is fine for them. It's not. That's what's good for us adults, and that's even a goal for us adults these days.
Hmm.
It needs to be 9 to 10 hours of sleep for kids, even my teenagers. I'm like, no, you should not be sleeping 7 to 8 hours. That's adults, and adults even need more. You guys are 9 to 10. Like, and I work backwards from when they have to wake up. And of course, they moan and groan and do, but they don't want to. But they see that when they do it, they see the difference. And you
Hmm.
can see it on their face. You can see the
Yes.
reduction in the bags under their eyes. You can see that they're a little bit brighter and lighter and more, just more friendly. I know the teenagers is just like, what's up, bro? But I get a little bit more on the days that they actually slept. And so
Yes.
it's a big difference. They do need, it sounds like a lot this day and age, but 9 to 10 hours, that's their goal. So that then, even if they're only at 7 or 8 right now, they're at least getting 8 to 9. Like just
Right.
start increasing it by 30 minutes because I know there's, it's hard to say that there's any kids getting enough sleep right now,
Yeah.
except for the little ones, you
Oh,
know?
even them. I mean, that's a struggle in my house right now because, like I mentioned, my kiddo is I don't know. He comes home and then he doesn't want to do his homework, and then it's late at night, and then he has to finish, and so we're working on the sleep. But I've seen him pass out. Like he'll just come home from school and like nap, and then he won't get up for to eat dinner. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, now you're going to be up at some random hour in the middle of the night because you're sleeping at 6 o'clock in the evening. Like,
Yes. Yes.
so it's a tricky
It
thing. So
is. It's
I
hard. I was like, why did we get rid of the bedtime routine? Everyone needs a bedtime routine for the rest of their
yes,
life. We still need to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so you have a free guide called Game Day Nutrition.
Yes, I
Talk a little bit
do.
about that.
I've got a guide for parents and for athletes, and I've been helping my son's team um, with their nutrition for their season. And I made this for them. We travel a lot for tournaments and stuff, and so I made this for the parents, but it's for the kids too. It's a visual so that everyone can see what it looks like, what and when you should be eating before games, how much you should be drinking, what you should be drinking, stuff you can have at halftime if you need a boost during halftime, and what you should be having after your games, after practice. And it has a little cheat sheet, kind of, what to do the night before, what you can do before games, and, how many hours before, so that they can be at their best. And it works for school too, what you should eat going out the door for school. Don't skip breakfast. They should never skip breakfast. And it shouldn't just be a Pop Tart or something, like eating real
Mhm.
food. So I've got a little cheat sheet and a guide for the athletes and the parents.
Nice. I'm going to go check that out too.
Yeah.
Where can people find that?
So I've got a link for that is in my Instagram. I'm gonna have that in my Instagram. On Instagram, that's where you can find me mostly, and I am Fit City Mom. And my email is also Stephanie@fitcitymom.com. And that's where you can find me these days. And I've got a podcast coming out soon, hopefully in the new year. I'll have a podcast that'll be Fuel to Thrive, helping parents and athletes, helping them be at their best with nutrition and just holistic wellness.
I love that. I'm waiting for that podcast to come
Yes,
out.
yes.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your Fuel to Thrive program.
So Fuel to Thrive, oh gosh, I'm just so excited for this. I've been wanting to get back to working with athletes. I did it so long ago. And so it is nutrition coaching. I am a nutrition therapist. And some people are like, what? So I'm more on the food as medicine side of things, not just a normal, like a registered dietitian where we look at calories and macros like protein. I work on food as medicine, I'm help you, like I said, help you with sleep strategies. I like reducing the overwhelm and giving you small, actionable steps that are sustainable to reduce the overwhelm for you and your family and for your kids. So we talk about recovery, mobility, proper hydration. And once we get a good foundation down, I personalize this for all of my clients, everything down to the nutrition, everything based on what sports they're playing, how old they are, what their schedule looks like. But once we lay the foundation down, then we can start to look at supplements and stuff like that, and if there's a need for something. But I just work one-on-one with you and your kids to see what we need to do to help them be at their best on and off the field.
Yeah. Start with the basics, right? So you mentioned
Yep.
people can find you on Instagram. So I will be sure to link your page down there, and I will have your freebie also down there.
Great.
Nice. Any last minute tips for our athletes?
I mean, even just the communication part and starting to just instill these things into their kids because it's not just for their sports right now, it's lifelong healthy habits we want to start creating for them. Because, like I said at the beginning, if I knew this, I'm like, what could I have done? What I
Yes.
feel
Yeah.
like I wasn't at my best because I didn't know any of this. So
Yeah.
the communication with your athlete just, and you think they're not listening, but it's amazing how far my boys have come because I've been saying this for so long and they're doing it now, even though they don't acknowledge it or they still think I'm, mom. They see that it's helping them and they're getting muscle now and that they're improving and they're, performing better. So just
Nice.
keep talking to your kids about this.
I love that. I'm going to leave that as the last tip of the day. Keep talking to them, and hopefully it'll stick one of the days.
Exactly. Starts to sink in.
Yes. Well, this was so fun, Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, this was so fun, Ami. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Are you struggling to be the best mom you can be? Are you fatigued, overwhelmed, and stressed out? Are you losing precious time with your family because of PMS? If so, sign up for my free gift on how to start living in tune with your monthly cycle. The link to get it is in the show notes below. Use this guide to help you start to eliminate your symptoms of PMS, increase your energy, reduce stress, and fully enjoy this incredible mom life. The way I see it, you have 3 choices. You can try to figure it all out on your own. You can do nothing and stay where you are, or you can get the customized guidance you need to thrive as a mom. The choice is yours. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you learned something from these stories. If you enjoyed this show, please make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share this podcast. It really helps this show grow. If you have a mom story you would like to share, click on the link in the description below on becoming a podcast guest. Remember, the content on this podcast is for general information only. It does not replace any medical advice given by your healthcare providers. Please check with your doctor if you have any questions about your specific condition and before starting any new diet or exercise regimen. Thank you, and you will hear from me soon.